Alrighty guys, it is Quaman here today, and I'm bringing you another Dragon Ball Z segment on What If Goku Survived During the Cell Games. And today's video request is from an anonymous subscriber from my Ask.fm account. So today's video is going to be a little bit different and complex since I will analyze two different scenarios. The first scenario is what if Gohan killed Cell before he tried to self-destruct? And the second scenario is what would happen if Goku teleported back to Earth after dropping off Cell to King Kai's planet. Both of these scenarios will involve Goku surviving, but I realize that they will have very different outcomes. So in these scenarios, I will state how Goku surviving will impact the Cell games, how it would impact the upcoming Buu saga, and how Goku's presence would affect the other Dragon Ball Z characters. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. So, let me first start off by talking about the first scenario in which Gohan would have killed Cell before he had the chance to self-destruct. Well, to start things off, we can safely say that the Cell games would simply end right then and there. If Gohan killed Cell, the Cell games would stop and Goku would continue to live on Earth. In terms of the Buu saga, however, here is where things get very dicey. I know that stating this will cause a lot of controversy, but I can safely say that based off of the manga and the anime, that if Goku stayed on Earth, he would have been weaker than if he had died, and here are two reasons why. Goku himself stated that in the afterlife, since he was dead, he had the ability to push his body more while attaining Super Saiyan 3. In addition, because of the vastness of the afterlife and the stronger beings in the afterlife as compared to the weaker humans, Goku had stronger training partners such as Pikkon and Olabu as depicted in the filler episode. So as you can see that based off of the masses, Goku would be around somebody who was stronger than the average human, which would improve his training. Also, being in the afterlife would put him around other people that can show him new tactics. Now, I'm not saying that characters like Pikkon and Olabu are stronger than the more powerful Z fighters, but I am saying that in the afterlife, the average fighter who was dead would be significantly stronger than the average alive human being. Even if these beings aren't strong, Goku would be able to learn very important techniques such as the fusion dance, which was very important during the Buu saga. Keep in mind that when you're dead, you're spending the rest of eternity in the afterlife, which essentially means that you can spend the rest of eternity getting stronger and learning and perfecting new skills, which Goku would be surrounded by for 7 straight years. So with all of that said, if Goku didn't die, he would probably have achieved Super Saiyan 3 at some point, but he wouldn't have the control over the stage as well as he did in the afterlife. Also, keep in mind that distractions on Earth from having a family and 2 sons may slow down Goku more, but if he wanted to, he could always go to the afterlife via instant transmission. I personally doubt he would, since he would be living with other people who would give him more needs and matters. Now, during the Buu saga, there would be significant differences because of Goku not being dead. Goku not dying would mean he would never learn the fusion dance, which means Gotenks is out of question. Keep those in mind as I explain the Buu saga. So, to start things off, there would not have been an incentive for the Z fighters to go to the World Martial Arts Tournament if Goku was alive. This is based on the fact that Goku and Vegeta would have probably fought each other, but not necessarily wanting to kill each other over the 7-year gap, with Goku as the presumed winner, since he would have had a step over Vegeta since the Cell games. And this is also putting the fact out there that Vegeta would have challenged Goku at some point. Because of this, Babidi would have a difficult time getting the energy to revive Majin Buu, especially since the Z fighters gathered at the tournament mainly because Goku decided to come back. If Babidi was on Earth, however, Goku and Vegeta would have stopped Deborah and Babidi easily. If Babidi somehow found a way to unleash Buu, however, it would still be possible for Buu to be destroyed because of fusion using the Potara earrings. But that would require the Elder Kai to be unlocked somehow, which would require more events to take place beforehand. So let's just safely say that Goku could save the day being weaker based on the circumstances that the lack of the tournament participation would hinder Babidi's chances of reviving Boo. Basically, it would almost be impossible for Boo to be hatched, and I can't think of any scenario in which Babidi could have gotten the necessary energy. Ultimately, I have to mention the major differences that an alive Goku would have as an impact on other characters. Let's first begin by talking about Chi-Chi. If Goku was alive, it's possible that they could have had a third child if Goku got busier with Chi-Chi over the years. As far as Kid Trunks goes, he may have been much stronger than he was in the main timeline, since Vegeta would have been very strict on his training to compete with Goten. Now, Gohan is an interesting case. You may be able to make the argument that Gohan may even be stronger than what he was at the start of the Buu saga in the main series, since Goku's influence would keep Gohan in shape. But I beg to differ. I think Gohan would stop training and Goku would focus completely on Goten. Goten, being the second son of Goku, would have probably been the focus of Goku's life, and he would have been much stronger being trained by Goku instead of Chi-Chi and the occasional Gohan. Now, Gohan did say Chi-Chi changed after Goku died in the anime as she started training Goten, but with two sons, I think Chi-Chi would agree to allow Goten to prepare to be the next defender of Earth in Goku's natural death. Last but not least, Vegeta would definitely be different if Goku was on Earth. Since Goku would be alive, Vegeta would focus on training to defeat him and would become less of a family man. He would be only associated with Bulma and Trunks for sex and training. Vegeta wouldn't have a softer heart because since Goku would be alive, his competitive desire would keep him away from his family as compared to Goku being dead and Vegeta being forced to stay on Earth. But don't get me confused as saying that Vegeta would be a bad guy, he just wouldn't be as soft as he was during the Buu saga. But Goku's presence would keep everyone's spirits up over the years, despite him potentially being weaker. Now, that's the scenario for Goku dying before Cell self-destructing. If Goku teleported to King Kai's planet and came back with King Kai and Bubbles and Gregory, the story would be the same in the long run, but different in the short run. If Cell survived and became Super Perfect Cell, he would return to Earth just like he did in the show. After this, I can almost guarantee that if Cell had the choice, he would aim the beam at Goku instead of Trunks, since Goku basically attempted to get Cell killed for no reason. But in both the anime and the manga, it appeared as if Cell wasn't aiming specifically for one individual. With that said, if Goku was killed instead of Trunks, Gohan would become more enraged instead of Vegeta, and he would attack Cell similar to how Vegeta attacked Cell after Cell killed Trunks. Since Gohan has more unused potential inside of him, we could all agree that he would win in all likelihood, since Cell killing his father would bring out even more potential energy and powers inside of Gohan. Please check out my video on who is stronger between Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Super Perfect Cell to get my views on that anticipated fight in the description. Anyways, the future events that would take place after this are identical to the main series, as Goku would still be dead, with the only difference being future Trunks never dying. Everything else would play out similarly except for Gohan's need to train. It's possible that if Gohan saw Goku die in front of him instead of knowing Goku died in a far away planet, it could have a psychological effect on him, which might make him want to train more over the 7 years. If this happened, Majin Buu would have been a cream puff for Gohan along with all the other villains in the Buu saga. And that does it for the second scenario of Goku surviving Cell's explosion, but dying afterwards by Cell. If he lived and Cell blasted someone else, however, such as Vegeta or Trunks, Gohan would have no problem beating Cell with Goku, Trunks, or Vegeta around. He may not have even have gotten injured by Cell in an attempt to save a Z-Fighter, depending on who Cell decided to blast. If Cell blasted Vegeta and killed him, Trunks would probably charge Cell in the same fashion that Vegeta did. If Cell killed Goku, what I said earlier would have occurred. If Cell killed Trunks, what happened in the series would have occurred with Vegeta charging against Cell. And if Cell killed another Z fighter like Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, or Tien, Gohan would have been enraged, which would have led to Cell's death from Gohan alone. So guys, that has been my video for today. I know this video was a bit more complex, but the two scenarios of Goku surviving can go in many different directions, and it was necessary for me to explain it all. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how Goku surviving would affect the series. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, stay tuned for Black and Fist's upcoming video that will be released soon on the Dragon Ball Z public service announcements. In addition, I would like to thank my subscriber Scary Stuff for creating my new banner. He makes gaming videos along with Dragon Ball Z, so please check out his channel in addition to Black and Fist. But most importantly, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and remember, as I always say, to have a great day.